It's Neil from Mighty Little Green Machine. Welcome back to the channel. I've missed all of you, and I'm sorry that I've been so sporadic, but like I said earlier, it's just been a lot of doing my real job, which has to come first. So in today's episode, I'm going to be putting grip tape or grip paper on the entire platform on the backhoe. Now, I've been planning to add to what was there, but I accidentally started taking off one of the pieces with the pressure washer with the rotary nozzle on it, so I took it all off. So I'm going to cover this whole deck to prevent it from getting all scratched up and make it a little bit better. So I bought some stair tread grip tape. I'm hoping it's going to hold up well. Let's see how this goes. Let's get started. Okay, you can see I've already kind of cleaned this up. I'm gonna rub it, I'm gonna use rubbing alcohol on it before I stick the tape on there. But it's really cold outside. So tonight I'm just gonna let this warm up some more. And then I'll probably use the heat gun to warm the metal before I stick it on there tomorrow. And hopefully it holds up. But it's supposed to be a little warmer tomorrow. And so I plan on getting a bunch of stuff done down below. I'm gonna do some digging with the backhoe. I'm going to start clearing some more of the hill away. So I need to get this done first because I've already done some work on it with nothing on it. And you can see I've scratched it up a little already. So I want to get it covered and see what happens. What I bought was this roll of indoor-outdoor stair grip. I don't know how it's going to hold up. There's plenty of it. And then I already had this roll of smaller stuff. So what I got to start doing now is measuring it out and see where we're going to go. Open this up. How my plan is to do each side and cut this to fit. Okay, so this is a roll. Let me get some scissors. I'm going to cut it lengthwise to fit, stick it, and then take a razor blade and trace it around the thing. So I'll do the two sides first, and then I'll see how I'm going to do the middle. I'm also going to have to cut around a bolt. Now I've got plenty, so I'm going to try and stick it down, cut around the bolt, and stick it. We'll see how that goes. If that doesn't work, I'll try something different. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is take a measurement to the longest part and then cut it just a little bit longer so I can trim it. So I need, it's like, we'll say 13 inches. Murphy wants to come out and play. It's tough with the puppy though, because then she wants to come out. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can, okay. I'm not really worried about straightness or anything, because like I said, I'm gonna, what's the next one I'll have to, but I'm gonna stick it on first and then cut it kind of like this. Okay, I think I'm going to trim a little of the excess off on this side where it's thinner. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let's see if we can move you over a little bit. And before I put this on, I've got to clean this with alcohol, but I'm going to get started and ready first. So I couldn't find my bottle of rubbing alcohol, but I did find these. I use these a lot. Just prep pads. Get it from any pharmacy. These are pharmacy brand alcohol prep pads. They work great for prepping smaller surfaces, getting glue off, stuff like that. So I usually keep a box of these around. And so what I'm going to do now is just let this dry for a minute, let it evaporate what's on there, and then once it's dry, we'll start sticking it on there. So I just found a better way to cut this. I had used the wrong end, the square end, up here. So this one was my crooked cut. So I used my paper cutter, got a nice right angle out of it. So I'm not going to pull the whole paper off, the whole backer. I'm going to start with just a little bit, maybe. And then start sticking it and then slowly work my way out. Stuff feels good. I hope it lasts. Trying not to get... Okay. So I'm going to try and slide it right into the crack. Up tight. Up tight against... Nope. That's not good enough yet. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. There we go. Keep working our way out a little at a time. Keep the wrinkles and stuff out of it. Well, that fit nice. That feels like it's going to hold good. I hope so. It's good and grippy. I actually think it's more grippy than the original. Okay, let me get a new blade in my knife so it can cut this good. I'm going to start trimming this. Okay, I've got a new blade. I want to try and find the edge. I want to go as tight to the edge as I can. Okay, a little bit of a curve there. And I need to cut this a little more. There we go. That's nice. I'll take that. Taking the bulk of it off. Then I'm going to turn this corner here. I don't know if that was a good idea. If you look at how nice it is now, it's nice and flush around here. You can see where I screwed up around that bolt. It's all nice flush and it follows the contour up here. It's got the whole area laid out. I think what I'm going to do is do the back behind the cover here in 3 pieces instead of trying to cut those bolts out, because I've learned now that it might even be 4 pieces. But I think I'm going to do the other side first. I'm going to go take the paper cutter and cut the other piece to 13 inches. And then we'll do the other side. This side is done. And since there was no bolt, it came out much nicer. You can see how good and tight it is all the way around. So what I decided to do, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you if I'm doing this, is to put a piece up here too, so the front of my feet don't get it. So I cut it so it'll come just below the bolts and go across. I will say that the paper cutter is the way to go. Cuts this stuff perfect. And then I have my plan for the bolts, which I'll show you. But let's put this piece on the back first. So that's how that looks. Nice little kick stop. I can still undo the bolts. And it can still come off if it has to. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a piece straight across the back here. And then just put a piece here and a piece here. And I don't know, maybe one here. We'll see. Instead of trying to cut around. I mean, it would be nice to do one piece, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to cut around those bolts good enough. I'm not that good. So let me get some measurements and get some pieces cut, and I'll be right back. As I'm editing this video, I realized what I should have done differently, and now it's painfully clear. I should have removed the 5 bolts, put the tape down in 3 sections, and then put the bolts back in again. It would give it a much more finished, professional look, and it would cover everything. So I am going to redo this at some point. Not today. I've got things to do, and do it that way. And I will film it and show you when I do. But I wanted to let you know so that if you decide you want to do something like this, you know the easier and better way to do it. So I found, so this is 2 1/16 inches from here to here. The smaller tape that I have is 2 inches. So I figured over a 16th, I'm not going to get that worried about it. I do want to make sure I got the length right, though. Need to shave that just a hair. I got to take a blade's width off. Let me do that. So I am really happy with this. I wish I could have done a little better around that bolt, but other than that, you can see all the edges are nice. The whole thing is protected now. I can still get the bolts out if I need to. And we'll show you the other side. And you can see got that protection up there. So all the paint is now protected. And now, if I have to, I can replace it when it gets ratty. So that looks much better. So there you go. We've got grip tape on everything. I'm super happy with the way that came out. What I'm going to do next, and I'm not going to bother to film it, is I'm just going to run my heat gun over it and warm it off the glue and everything so it sticks better, because it is 10 degrees outside. It's warmer in here because I have the pellet stove going, but it's a little chilly yet. I'd like it to be warmer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Then when it gets warmer in the spring, I'll go ahead and show you doing it on my trailer. But simple fix. If you don't want to take your original pieces off, you can add to it, especially like up here. Now my boots aren't going to scratch it. That makes me happy. I love the way it came out. Even though I did it in a bunch of pieces, it looks almost like one piece when you look at it quick. So I enjoyed having you along with me. I've missed having you guys with me. I'm going to try and film a bunch of videos today so we can be caught up on videos again. And I appreciate your support of the channel, and I appreciate you watching. And we'll see you next time on Mighty Little Green Machine.